Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the Birdcage. This is RCB Basketball.
Stiff arm is midfield, down the near side sideline to the 30, the 20, the 10. They're not going to get him. It's a Robert C. Byrd touchdown.
Hello and good evening once again. I'm John Griffin alongside Jonathan Griffin. We're all set for the first of the two annual matchups between the Bridgeport Indians and the Robert C. Byrd Flying Eagles. This is the AGI pregame show. Tonight's teams come into the game with almost identical records. RCB is 3-3, while Bridgeport is 4-3. But as we know, records don't matter in this cross-county rivalry. And Jonathan, you can speak to this rivalry as well as anyone.
Yeah, there's no doubt. This is the type of game where it doesn't matter if both teams come in 18-2, 17-3, or if, heck, both teams could be winless, and you're going to get an outstanding rivalry between two great teams and two great programs.
And we're looking for one of those classic games tonight, and Robert C. Byrd will return the favor in a couple of weeks as they travel to Bridgeport and give them the return game. We'll be right back after these messages with a look at the starting lineups for tonight. Welcome back to the Birdcage. We'll get to the starting lineups in 1 minute. I had an opportunity earlier to sit down and talk with head coach Basil Lucas about the RCB basketball team, what they did over the break, and tonight's game with the Indians. Let's listen to what he has. Here talking with Robert C. Boys basketball head coach Basil Lucas. And coach, tomorrow night's game, the rivalry game between Bridgeport, needs no introduction. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it's an exciting time for the players. It's an exciting time for the parents. It's an exciting time for the community. The Bridgeport Byrd rivalry has been, this is 30-plus years now. It's a tremendous rivalry. We know we're going to get a big crowd out here tonight. The community comes out and supports our kids, and we're really excited to be playing.
Now, you played at WI and played Bridgeport at that time, obviously. Was the rivalry between WI and Bridgeport the same as it is between Byrd and Bridgeport?
Absolutely is. I played in a game in 1991 that the fire marshal came in and said they would never allow any more kids or any more people in the Thunderdome at that time. After that game, there were so many people there. So the beauty of Robert C. Byrd and this facility is I don't think we could ever get too many people in here.
But we can always try, right?
We can try.
So what do you think? What do you think Coach Marshall and the Bridgeport Indians will try to do tomorrow night? In your best guess?
Well, they are very, very well coached. They're going to limit their turnovers. They're going to play really, really hard defense, and they're big on the inside, so that's an advantage to them. And he's going to try to take advantage of that.
Well, good luck tomorrow night with that game, Coach. Switching gears a little bit here, talk about the games over the break. I know you went down and played in a tournament in Lewis County, and by all accounts, that was pretty successful.
Absolutely. I felt like both those tournament games gave us some confidence. We started out the first game that we were able to win 71-36 against Clay County, and Clay came out. They're primarily a zone team, And we got back to the basics. We matched up with them and made them guard us in one-on-one situations. And when they doubled down, we kicked out and we were successful. We ended up hitting 9 3-pointers in that game. And the offense, for the first time all season, started to run inside out like it's supposed to.
And also you get experience, and it's good to play teams that you don't normally see throughout the year.
Absolutely. Again, when you're playing a new opponent like that you don't see consistently, they don't know your tendencies and you don't know yours. So where I thought it really helped us defensively is our players had to stay true to their rules, and we did an excellent job of that. And moving on to the Magnolia game, I thought that's maybe the point in time of the season when we look back. Maybe that's where we grew up. Defensively, there was a second possession of the game where Magnolia was running their offense, and they almost took 2 minutes off the clock trying to get a shot because our defense was so good. And I was really happy with that. And again, I watched our team change after that possession. I really have.
Well, let's hope they can continue that change and take it into tomorrow night's game. Now, the last question I want to ask you, you're in your second year here at Robert C. Byrd High School. As I look down the bench, I see some holdovers in the coaching staff from a couple years ago, but you've also brought some new guys in.
Absolutely. I tell you what, we are blessed with the type of people that we have working with our kids in this area. First and foremost, we hired Justin Noble as the junior varsity coach. Justin was a player. He graduated here in 2015, went on to play college football, but he was a center on one of the best teams in school history. His team's a team that got beat in the state championship game. He was a dedicated player, fundamental. He's great working with our inside players. He's great working with our. He's 25 years old. He can relate to the kids, and he does just a wonderful job. I'm really tremendously happy that he's on our staff. We've got Billy Childers, who's been with the program since it started, and Billy's now sitting on the bench with us. He does our stats, and what can you say about Billy? Billy, he does anything for any of our kids or anybody in this facility. I don't know if there's a more important person to Robert C. Byrd than Billy Childers.
I can vouch for that.
And John Miller, who is one of our volunteer assistants, and John worked with the paper, and he's in the media. He's been in that for years. He does a great job of seeing tendencies while the game's going on. He does a great job of keeping us on task. He's very organized. Again, you got to have people that you entirely trust, and there's just about nobody I trust any more than John Miller, and I'm glad he's on the bench with us. Also, I want to bring up Ryan Lance. Ryan Lance was I felt like a really critical hire. Zach Hayhurst is our 8th grade coach, and we couldn't have a better person in that position at the middle school WI. He was on that 13 and 14 teams, so he understands what we do program-wise. He's teaching those kids that now. So the program on the 8th grade level starting out in 6th, 7th, 8th, the stuff that we're doing right now. Really to mold that together, when that freshman job opened up, Ryan Lance was the head basketball coach for the previous 5 years at Liberty, and I've known Ryan my entire life, and you couldn't get a better person to run that program. He's dedicated to RCB basketball. He a lot of days attends our practices, and then he has his own practice, and he'll do anything that we need, and we're just so happy he's part of our staff.
Well, Coach, it sounds like you've got things totally under control here at Robert C. Byrd High School. And again, we want to wish you good luck tomorrow night as the Indians come across 79 on Route 50 and try to do battle with us. And once again, good luck.
We look forward to the challenge. Thanks, John.
Thank you. So we'll be right back with the opening tip-off here. You're watching the Ascent pregame show on RCB SN.
Please rise to the presentation of our nation's color. Remain standing. For our nation's color, we have received by some of the finest senior from the Robert High School RP or OTC color arts have command. And that's Sergeant James Price. sergeant less personal, but then cadet private first class pilot facility, and cadet private first class racing closeway. We are also going to be Bridgeport U.S. Army Air Sea Guard under the command of Second Lieutenant George Bosley, Cadet Second Lieutenant Cameron McGinnis, Cadet Sergeant Kel Case, Cadet Private First Class Larissa Mankiewicz, and Cadet Staff Sergeant Logan Dean. Ladies and gentlemen, your national anthem.
Just about set for the opening tip for tonight's contest. Taking a quick look at the starting lineup tonight for the visiting Bridgeport Indians. Number 10, Anthony Spatafor, a 6'3 senior. Number 24, Ashton Curry, a 5'11 junior. Number 32, Tyler Randolph, a 6'2 junior. Number 25, Jack Spatafor, a 5'10 sophomore. And number 35, Ben Bufano, a 6'1 junior. For the Flying Eagles, number 5, the freshman, Anthony Barbario. Number 12, Braden Tomlinson, a 5'10 senior. Number 2, Bryce Bird, a 6'2 senior. Number 15, Quentin Cooley, a 6'1 senior. And Charles Hawkins, number 14, a 6'2 senior. So, Bird controls the opening tip here tonight, and we'll get things started. Thomason sets the offense. Here's Hawkins with a 3 from the left side, no good. Rebound is battled for. Appeared Thomason had it, lost it, and it's going to be Indian basketball.
Yeah, it looked like Thomason did a good job on the boards. It looked like, I don't know if he lost control out of bounds or he came down out of bounds.
So Curry will bring the ball up court for the Indians. Here's a deep 3 by number 10, Spatafor, who misses. Ball's controlled by the Eagles. Down court to Cooley. Cooley drives, and he's going to be fouled by Randolph.
It's going to be Randolph's first, team first. And a good job by Robert C. Bird of pushing the tempo and attacking before the Indians' defense gets set.
And as soon as Cooley caught that ball, you could tell he was going right to the basket. And he hits the first bucket of the game off a nice little inbounds play.
Yeah, good little pull up there for Cooley. It's good to see the ball go through the rim for him early.
And he looks focused, if you can tell that after only or less than a minute of play. But he looks really focused tonight. Here's a drive by the Indians. Number 24, rebound, put back up. No good. Thomason controls, and he'll bring the ball down court for the Flying Eagles. Doesn't like what he sees, and he'll set things up. Calls for a screen for Cooley, or rather Cooley to just come and get the ball. Trying to get Thomason on a flare screen there, but nothing doing. Here's Bryce Bird with the ball in his hand. He'll pass off to Barbario. So Robert C. Bird going to take their time, run their motion offense. Here's Bryce Bird on a drive. No problem getting to the bucket, and he'll score 2.
Yeah, good job by Bird of getting to the basket, but another good job by Hawkins finding Bird to get him the easy deuce.
So 4-0 early on here at the Birdcage. 6:17 to go in the first period. Here's Zach Ayoub, who apparently was in the starting lineup tonight. He'll drive, nothing doing, kicks it out. Back to Ayoub on the perimeter. Here's a nice pass inside to a Indian cutter, number 24 Curry, but he can't convert.
Hey, get the matchup right.
Ball's out of bounds to the Indians.
Yeah, good job there by Robert C. Bird of crashing the boards. Just ran out of space there underneath the basket on the baseline.
Curry will put the ball in play. Here's Spatafor with another deep 3, no good. Rebound put back up and in by Ben Bufano, but they're going to call goaltending. Hawkins got a piece of that, so Bufano's going to be credited with the bucket.
Yeah, right place, right time for Bufano coming down with that board and going right back up. And really Hawkins, he's got some explosiveness to him. He almost got that clean before it was called goaltending.
Yeah. Here's Cooley with another 3. This one's no good off the mark. Controlled by Thomason. He'll get the ball back out to Barbario. Indians in a man-to-man defense, as usual. Head coach Dave Marshall always has the Indians playing tough man-to-man defense, just like Coach Basil Lucas of RCB. Here's Cooley on a drive. He's going to get to the bucket. Tripped a little bit. Incidental contact. Can't get the ball to go, and the Indians will control it. Here's Spatafor down the lane. Puts a shot up good. Not sure how he got that to go, but it went in.
Yeah, and I think he might have got away with a walk there also.
Yeah.
So Spatafor ties the game up.
Ties it up at 4-all. Looking for Hawkins in the post, but nothing doing. Barbario on a little drive. He'll give it off to Bird. Here's Cooley with another drive. No problem that time as he lays it up and in.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, about Cooley. You can tell there's a different focus there so far early in this ball game for him. He is attacking and looking to put the defender on skates. He's doing a really nice job early on.
And he's having his way so far. Here's a shot by Randolph, no good. Hawkins bothered him on that shot, and RCB controls. I want to thank our producer, David Oliverio, tonight, along with our cameramen, Wyatt Miner and Caleb Yanego, both students here at Robert C. Byrd High School. So Byrd taking their time right now, going to get what they want out of their offense. Showing good discipline so far. And that time Thomason tried to maybe do too much. He'll get the ball out of his hands to Bryce Byrd, who's going to drive the baseline, and they're going to say Bryce Byrd stepped on the baseline, which I think he did.
Yeah, it looked like he stepped out. His right foot stepped on that baseline as he was attacking the basket.
Yeah. But a good drive by Byrd, too.
Yeah, good job. It's still attacking the basket.
So here's Ayub at the top of the key. He'll pass to the right side. Ball's out of bounds. We're going to get a foul. That's going to be on 14, Hawkins. That'll be his first.
It's going to be the Robert C. Byrd's team first. So both teams have done a good job of playing solid defense, but not fouling.
They have. So Bufano goes to the line. He'll knock down his first free throw. Second one's up and rolls around the rim and out. Ball's controlled by Bryce Byrd. So here's Cooley again, attacking the rim, puts a shot up, can't get it to go. Indians control. Curry back down floor. Here's a steal by Cooley, and he's going to go right in and lay the ball up. Hawkins there for the follow, and good.
Good job by Hawkins, not giving up on that play, following Cooley down, getting the board, and laying it back in for two.
Yeah. So Cooley getting right at the rim, and when he can't get his shot to go, that time he had Hawkins there for the follow. Here's the Indians working against the man-to-man defense by the Eagles. Here's a drive, and we're going to have a charge. So Spatafor, 6'3" senior, puts the ball on the floor and charges right into, I believe that's going to be Barbario that took the charge there. We'll take a look on the replay here. Actually, it's going to be Thomason sliding down and taking the charge. So good job defensively.
Yeah, great job there by Tomlinson of seeing the ball and where it's being attacked and stepping in and drawing the charge.
So nothing works for the Eagles on that offensive possession. Bridgeport controls. Here's Curry. Again, Bridgeport taking their time on offense. A long three. It's going to be a three for number 2, Landon Sanders off the bench. And that'll knot it up at 8-all.
Good back and forth contest here so far early.
And we believe that Sanders probably started tonight, as we have not had any subs so far. And now, as I say that, we'll get our first sub. This is Phoenix Sickles, who'll check into the game for Bufano. 2:04 left to go in the opening quarter here at the Birdcage. So the Indians probably not going to hold for the last shot here, but they're going to take their time again on offense. And here's a steal by Thomason. Nice anticipation. He's going to lay it up and get the bucket. So Thomason's first 2 of the night.
Really nice job of playing those passing lanes by Braden. He is one heck of a defender.
He is. Here's another 3 by the Indians, no good. Sanders off the mark. Indians control the rebound. Sanders again will try it out of the corner, no good on the shot, and the ball's going to go out of bounds to the Eagles. And now we're going to have mass substitutions by the Robert C. Byrd Eagles. We're going to have Wyatt Floyd, number 10, Sincere Nusan, number 33, Riley Dickerson, number 3, Emmanuel Holmes, number 23, and Anthony Corsini, number 0. I'll check in for the Flying Eagles. Here's another 3, deep 3 by Kropp. It's off the mark, but the putback is good.
Yeah, Sickles there for the Indians with the rebound and the putback.
So that's Sickles' first 2 tonight. So here's Holmes on a drive, nothing doing. Good defense by the Indians. And we're going to have a block call. Probably a good call there. Brandon Kropp taking the ball to the basket.
That's going to go on Corsini, his first personal, team's second.
Thomas is going to check back into the game now for Isaiah Gabbert. Zach Ayoub back into the game for the Indians. So Kropp makes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. That puts the Indians up 11-10, 42 seconds to go in the first quarter here. So Coach Lucas alluded to this in his interview the other day, that he's going to play a lot more kids and substitute a lot more freely, which we've seen him do at the end of this quarter today.
Yeah, we'll see how this pays off, getting those guys some fresh legs.
Yeah. So here's some shoddy ball handling by Thomason. Thomason just kind of lost control of the ball. Stolen by the Indians, and we're going to get a foul on Thomason. That's going to be his first. Cooley will check back in.
Hey, we run starter. We run starter.
Coach Dave Marshall barking out directions. They didn't run much because they got it right in and took a 3 by Sanders from the corner. No good. RCB controls the ball. 14 seconds to go in the first period. Here's Cooley with a drive and a spin move and a nice shot, a nice reverse spin move for Cooley, and it's going to count.
Yeah,
here's a last shot at the buzzer by the Indians, no good.
Yeah, really good move there by Quentin Cooley, pulling out all of his offensive weaponry tonight here.
Doing a good job. So that brings us to the end of the first quarter. The Eagles up by 1, 12-11. We'll take a break and be back after these messages. Back inside the birdcage alongside Jonathan Griffin, David Oliverio, our producer, on a cold January night. Beginning of January here sees the Indians coming and visiting the Flying Eagles. So Bridgeport will put the ball in play, start the second half. That's Brandon Kropp at the controls for the Indians. He'll give it to Ayoub. Ayoub dribbles to the top of the key. Can't find anything. Good man-to-man pressure by the Eagles. And the Indians have taken a lot of threes tonight.
They have. They've taken a lot of threes, but they haven't necessarily, some have been contested, but they've got a lot of good looks.
Yes. And there's another three, just as we talked, by Ayoub from the right side. Makes the score 14-12. Bridgeport. Here's another drive by, I believe that's going to be, we'll have to wait to see until he gets up. Yeah, that's Barbario. He's going to be called for traveling, actually, I think. He lost his footing and traveled. Barbario limping a little bit. And he's going to come out of the game. Dickerson, number 3, is going to check in, a freshman.
Hopefully Anthony can walk that off and go back and have the trainers take a look at it, because for a freshman, he is a heck of a ball player.
Didn't look like it was too serious, so hopefully they can get another tape job on that, work the stiffness or the pain out of it, and get him back. So the Indians control the ball, and there's Thomason in the lane again, Jonathan, and he's going to drive in, going to be tied up, and they're going to call a foul, I do believe. It looked like maybe Sanders got back, but he's going to be, it's going to be Ayub, I should say, charged with the foul. That'll be his first.
Yeah, Tomlinson does a lot of guys have really good on-ball defense, but Tomlinson does a great job of playing on-ball defense, but also playing in the passing lanes and just really wreaking havoc wherever he's at on the court.
Yeah. He understands the man-to-man concept, see your man and the ball. A long pass into the backcourt is tracked down by Hawkins. He had to go all the way to the other end line to corral that one. Here's a pass by Dickerson, stolen by Curry. So Curry will bring the ball up, guarded by Bryce Bird. Off to Ayub. Crop controls it. Again, the Indians patient in their half-court offense, just like the Eagles. Here's a drive and a steal by Bird. Bird's going to give it up to Cooley. Cooley's going to put the ball on the floor, drive in, put up a wild shot. Bird comes with the rebound. He's going to try to go right back up. Can't get it to go back up. Just not strong enough there in that instance. So the Eagles will reset. Starting lineup for the Eagles back in except for Dickerson. Here's a nice pass into the post to Cooley. A great pass by Bird there.
Yeah, really good job by Bird finding Cooley with the mismatch inside.
So Cooley with 8 points on tonight to lead all scorers. Ties the score at 14 all.
That foul was on Ashton Curry of the Indians. That's his first personal. It's going to be the Indians' 4th team foul.
So Cooley puts the free throw up, and it's good. And here's full court man-to-man pressure by the Indians. By the Eagles, I should say. The Indians break it easily. Here's a cutter. Looks like there might have been a foul there. A great block by Thomason on Bafano. So Thomason says, I don't think so. Cross-court pass to Bird. And the Eagles will set things up here. Here's Hawkins with the drive, gives it off to Cooley. Back to Bird. Here's another pass inside the post to Thomason. Thomason with the turnaround jumper, rolls off the rim. Ball's on the floor. We got a semi-scrum, and we're going to have a jump ball.
I want you on this side. On that side, run back.
That's going to stay. Possession error is going to give it back to the Flying Eagles, so it's going to stay here.
So we get the ball inbounds to Cooley, and Cooley makes a lightning quick pass into Hawkins, who puts it up for the bucket. 17-14 the Eagles. Coach Dave Marshall not pleased with that defensive possession there. Here's a drive by number 23, Ayub, no good. Indians control after the Eagles got it. And after a shot by Curry, Quentin Cooley controls the rebound. Cooley having a really nice game tonight.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job on the boards, offensively. Just a well-rounded night tonight for Cooley.
Yeah, bringing a lot of emotion to the game. So RCB slowing the ball down a little bit now. Here's Bird with maybe too much dribble. Thomason cross-court pass to Cooley in the corner, and he's going to put up an air ball. Rebound by Ayub. Curry will bring the ball up court, and the Indians will set their offense. Looking in the post to Randolph. Here's another steal by Cooley, and he's going to drive in, put the shot up, and get fouled. The foul's going to be on number 30.
It's going to be Crop.
It's his first, team 5th.
Bird's done a really good job defensively of forcing the Indians in really putting them in some turnover situations, and Bird's really done a good job capitalizing on those early.
And we're not real sure whether it's Bird just being really aggressive on the defensive end or whether the Indians are a little careless with their passing.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about, the emotion that Quentin Cooley's playing with, and sometimes the emotion can go two different ways. Sometimes it can be really good, and sometimes it can affect you really bad.
Exactly. So Cooley converts the conventional three-point play, and now the Indians looking to get back in the scoring column, and they do so with a 3 by Ashton Curry out of the left corner. So that cuts the lead in half, 20-17 in favor of the Flying Eagles. 3:32 left to go in the second quarter. Here's a drive by Thomason. He's going to get to the basket, and they're going to say he traveled. Brandon thinks his arm was held. We're not sure. But the one positive thing, like we said, Bird is getting to the rim tonight. Wyatt Floyd into the game now, along with Isaiah Gabbert and Emmanuel Holmes. So RCB getting some minutes off the bench now. Here's a pass inside the post to Randolph. Randolph is going to be fouled, and I believe that's going to be on Gabbert. So the foul is going to go on Isaiah Gabbert. That's his first. It's going to be the team 3rd. So not a bad foul by Gabbert there.
Yeah, good job. We'll see if it pays off. And so far, over the first miss, it does. So
Randolph had that ball roll around the inside of the rim and pop right back out. So Cooley will check back in along with Hawkins. So we got Cooley, Hawkins, Dickerson, Thomason, and Bird on the floor for the Eagles right now. So the foul does pay off as Randolph misses both of those free throws. Dickerson, only a freshman, getting some playing time. Here's a nice cut and a nice pass to Thomason in the lane. Can't get anything to go, but it was a heck of a pass by Bird, but just couldn't get that to go in the basket. Couldn't even get a shot up there. So Thomason now playing at the high post a little bit, setting some screens, and they're trying to get him the ball off that screen after he sets the screen, which is a little bit of a different role for him than what we've seen in the past. Here's a pass underneath to a wide open Dickerson. When he caught the ball, it took him away from the basket, and he had to take a second to get back into shooting position, and by that time, the defender was able to get back and contest that, but he did get fouled.
Yeah, good job of really by the freshman to control the pass, because it was almost, I thought for sure it was going to be almost a turnover.
Yeah. So here's Dickerson with the free throw. First one's no good. We'll have to check who that foul was on.
That foul was on I believe 23 for Bridgeport.
And that would have been Ayoub.
Ayoub,
So
yep, that was.
and
that was his second personal.
So number 23, Holmes, I might have called him Dickerson, but number 23, Holmes, converts 1 of 1 at the free throw line there. So that's his first point of the night. Here's a drive by the Indians, number 10, Spataford. He's going to get the and 1. Foul's going to be on Bryce Bird.
Bryce's first.
I believe that's their 4th team foul. So Spatafor will get the free throw, and he puts that in. That's Anthony Spatafor, not Jack Spatafor.
And right now, Spatafor is the leading scorer for the Indians with 5 points in this contest.
Yes. Balanced scoring for the Indians so far. Eagles nursing a 1-point lead here with 1:33 left to go. Bird can't find anything along the baseline. He'll kick it out to Hawkins. And one of the things that Bird can do with their lineup is have their post players play on the perimeter because they're pretty good ball handlers.
Yeah, I would say they definitely, Hawkins is probably their true big, but he does a really good job of handling the ball.
So there's Bird playing with the ball too much, and a drive by Spatafor to the bucket. He lays that up and good, and the Indians are up 22-21. And here's full court pressure by Bridgeport. Thomason controls the ball. He'll set the offense. Under a minute remaining now. So the Indians have erased a 7-point lead here late in the second quarter. Here's Hawkins with the drive into the paint. He'll kick it out to Bird. Bird's going to put the ball on the floor and drive. Can't find anything. Was open there for a moment. Maybe should have shot it. Here's Hawkins with the pull-up. He's going to be fouled. I think they called the foul on the shooter. We'll have to wait and see. Foul's on 32, I believe. We don't have a 32.
No, I think they changed it to 35.
35, yeah. Bufano, his first. Team sixth. So Hawkins gets the bucket, puts the Eagles back up, can't convert the free throw. So Bridgeport will probably hold for the last shot here. And here's a foul committed by, it's going to be Cooley. And they do indeed give the foul to Quentin Cooley. His first. It's going to be the team fifth. Not the best foul in that situation.
No,
there.
I was just going to say, if you're Coach Lucas, that's the last thing you want is a foul there in that situation.
Spence, one shot.
So Dave Marshall, head coach for Bridgeport, calls out one shot. Time ticking down, under 10 seconds now. Spatafor with the ball. Coach Marshall tells him to go. He goes, drives to the lane, puts up the shot, and good. That was too easy for the Indians. And here's an attempt at the buzzer by Thomason that is no good. So a really competitive first half here tonight. The Indians erase a 7-point lead in the second quarter, and they're going to head into the locker room with a 1-point lead, 24-23. We'll take a break and be back after these messages. Welcome back inside the Birdcage. Your halftime score, the visiting Indians 24, the homestanding Robert C. Byrd Flying Eagles 23. I'm sitting alongside Shayla Noble right now, and I want to make sure I got that right. It used to be Hinterer, but you got married over the holidays, correct?
I sure did.
All right. And you married
Justin Noble,
and he is
our assistant basketball coach.
and you guys both are graduates of RCB, correct?
Correct.
All right. And you are currently the head track coach at Robert C. Byrd.
I am.
So tell us a little bit about that and the program and what you do.
Actually, I've recruited my husband to be the other track coach, too.
That's not surprising.
But our program has grown a lot in the past 2 years. We started with about 7 girls on the track team, and last year we had about 20, and I'm projecting we'll have about 30 this year. The kids work really hard, and it's a different sport than a lot of those kids are used to, but they really thrive in that environment.
And if I'm correct, track is a lot like swimming. The more kids you have, the better you do, because the total composite score of the team is based upon the individual. So if you have just a couple of individuals or you have a lot of individuals, you're going to get more points for your team, and therefore more points are going to win you meets and matches.
Correct. I think this year we'll actually score a lot of points.
Good, good. So what are some of the kids that shine in some of the events that you have in track? What's the best event that you guys are participating in now?
Last year on the girls' side, we had a relay team make it to states for the 4x1, the 4x2. We had a few girls make it in long jump as well as pole vault. We have a senior returning, Allie Holcomb. She's a very good pole vaulter. One of our high-scoring boys is playing today, Quentin Cooley. I look for him to have a really great season.
He's done a good job tonight. We were talking a little bit about him on the broadcast tonight. Has a lot of energy, and hopefully he'll bring that with him to the track this spring.
Oh, I definitely think you will.
So, as we mentioned before, you and Justin both graduates of Robert C. Byrd High School. So that gives you a unique perspective on what it's like to be a student at RCB and what it's like to be a teacher at RCB. Dr. Looker is in that position along with Eric Post, both the principals. What's the teacher's perspective, though? How is it different? And how is it the same? You know, what compare and contrast?
I think in a lot of ways it's different, and I think a lot of ways, it's the same. I think the reason both Justin and I are back is we consider Byrd family. From top to the bottom, they are family, and I think our kids know that too, and I think that's reflected in the way our kids learn and react to us.
As our principal, Steve Gibson, says, you always have to make that personal connection with the student first in order to get them to learn so that they'll listen to you.
Yep.
So, and I think you do a good job with that.
Thank you.
Along with Justin.
He's getting there for sure.
Well, that's great. We want to thank you for stopping by and talking with us tonight. Congratulations on your marriage between you and Justin. And is there a bet on who wins more games this year? Because you're an assistant coach at Liberty for the girls team, correct?
Yeah. Right now I'm losing, but last year I won, so there's still a lot of hope.
There's a lot of time. There's a lot of time. Okay. All right. Well, Shayla, hey, thank you so much for stopping by and chatting with us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. Good luck this year. So, again, that was Shayla Noble here at Robert C. Byrd High School. Right now, the halftime shootout taking place here at Robert C. Byrd High School. Your score 24-23, the Indians up 1 point. So we talked a little bit about Quentin Cooley in the pregame in the broadcast, having a great game tonight, Jonathan.
Yeah, he's having a really good contest. Quentin, he's doing a little bit of everything offensively and defensively, doing a good job on the boards, but he's really attacking offensively. Early on, I think in the season, he was settling a little bit for some shots.
Yes.
He's much more aggressive and much more trying to attack the defense and get to the basket.
Good. And for Robert C. Byrd, take a look at the stats for us.
Yeah, so taking a look at the stats, Braden Tomlinson's had an unbelievable night. He leads all rebounders in the contest. He's got 5 rebounds in the ball game. Bryce Byrd And I'm sorry, Braden also has 2 points. Bryce Bird has 4 rebounds, an assist, and 2 points. Other scorers for the Flying Eagles, Quentin Cooley, he's got 14 points, which leads all scorers in the contest. He's got 1 rebound and 1 assist. Also for the Flying Eagles, Charles Hawkins, he's got 1 rebound and 6 points. And Emmanuel Holmes has also a point for the Flying Eagles. He's got 1 point off of a free throw. Looking at Bridgeport, they are led there by Anthony Spatafor. He's got 9 points and a rebound. Tyler Randolph has 1 point for the Indians. Ashton Curry has 3 points and a rebound, while Ben Bafino has 3 points and a rebound. And off the bench, Sanders and Abayu, they each have a triple in the ball game. Each have 3 points. Sanders also has 2 rebounds and assist, while Abayu has 1 assist and a rebound to go with his 3 points.
So balanced scoring is the theme of the night for both teams. The Indians getting nice balance on their part, and the Eagles getting nice balance on their part also.
Yeah, I think a big key to watch here in this second half is who dictates the pace of play. I think Bridgeport's going to probably want to slow it down a little bit, run more offense, run some more sets.
Yes.
And I think the opposite, the Flying Eagles, are going to want to push the ball, try and score before the Indians' defense gets set.
Yeah. So it should be a good second half as we get ready to go. This has been the AGI Consulting Services halftime show. We can help you with that. Good crowd on here tonight, no doubt. The crowd was hurt a little bit by the Kansas-West Virginia basketball game, though. But still, a nice crowd at the RCV Gymnasium tonight.
Yeah, really good crowd. Which, what do you expect from a Robert C. Byrd Bridgeport game? So
the Indians will put the ball in play. Ashton Curry will be the trigger man. And we're set to go. Ayub will bring the ball up court. He'll hand off to Spatafor, who puts the ball on the floor, goes to the bucket, can get it to fall, and Barbario comes out of there with the rebound.
Really good move by Spatafor. He actually switched hands midair, went up with his right, switched it to his left, and it just fell short.
And he's been able to get to the basket tonight.
Yeah, he's been a lot more aggressive at the end of that second quarter.
Here's Cooley with a 3, no problem. Very confident tonight. Here's a shot by the Indians back down court, and we're going to have a foul, and it's going to go against Randolph. Randolph had a point-blank shot, couldn't get it to fall, so that's going to be Randolph's first. Going to be the team first. Excuse me, Randolph's second. Team first foul.
So bad foul there by Randolph because Cooley clearly had the rebound, but it looked like he kind of lost his balance and fell over on Cooley.
Right. So here's Barbario. Didn't play much in the first half. Brings the ball up court.
We'll see. I'm sure he got that ankle looked at.
Yeah.
We'll see how that affects his play.
Here's Cooley with another 3. It's off the mark. Ball's kept alive by Hawkins, and it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Flying Eagles.
Yeah, Spatafor there tried to throw it off an Eagles player going out of bounds. He did. He managed to hit the Eagles player. However, right before the ball hit out of bounds, it brushed his jersey, which stay Robert C. Byrd ball.
So here's the pass into Hawkins in the post, and a drive by Barbario. He'll kick it out, and Bryce Byrd will slow things down. Here's Thomason with the ball. He'll try to penetrate the middle. Stutter step, puts the ball up and good. Up and in, up and no good. And going to be a foul on Cooley. His second, team first.
Again, another not great foul there.
Right.
By Quentin Cooley.
Yeah, that far away from the basket.
Just,
frustration foul.
Yeah, you didn't get the rebound, get back on defense, and play to live another day.
Yeah. Live to play another day.
Yes.
So here are the Indians. Here's a pass in the middle to Bufano. Ball's going to be stripped. It's going to go out of bounds to the Indians. So Bufano, a big body in there in the middle, just can't get his shot to go tonight for some reason. Curry will be the inbounder. The Indians not running any set play off that inbounds. But here is Spatafor driving, and he's going to be blocked. Ball's out of bounds, and will stay with the Indians. Phoenix Sickles going to check back in to the lineup for Bufano.
And that's a good matchup to watch the rest of this evening. Bryce Bird on Anthony Spatafor. They're both, Spatafor's 6'3", Bryce Bird's listed at 6'2".
So here's a deep three by Spatafor, and it's good. Spatafor's first three of the night. Puts the Indians up 27-26 here with 5:56 to go in the third quarter. Here's a pass deflected by Sickles. Just checked into the game and has already made a positive impact. Indians back down court. Here is Spatafor with another two driving the lane. So a nice transition game there by the Indians.
Yeah, Spatafor's really starting to take this game over offensively for the Indians.
Robert C. Bird's got to figure some way to put the clamps on him. Here's Cooley at the top of the key. He'll give it to Hawkins. He'll get it in the hands of Thomason. Thomason looks into the post. No doing. Here's another ball that is knocked away by Randolph. Bird's got a 4-on-5 if they want to use it. Coming back down the court, but they decide not to. Here's Barbario with the drive. He'll kick the ball to Cooley. Cooley's going to, and there's another tip ball by Ayoub. Ayoub's going to drive down, put the ball up, and he's going to be fouled by Thomason, and the bucket's going to be good. That's Thomason's second, team second. So Bird getting sloppy with their passes right now.
Yeah, they've been running their offense. They've gotten caught now a couple times with, and we talked a little bit about it earlier, about how they're all good ball handlers.
Yeah. Yes.
And just some bad decisions, some bad turnovers there by their bigs.
They can't convert on the free throw, but Sickles gets the rebound and puts it up. Coach Lucas and the Flying Eagles will call a timeout. The Indians on a nice little run here. They're going to head into the timeout up 33-26. We'll take a break and be back after these.
Harrison County Schools has a long-standing tradition of providing outstanding educational opportunities for its students. Comprised of 24 schools, our district serves the needs of pre-K through 12th grade students throughout Harrison County. Providing a safe, supportive learning environment for all, we offer a well-planned, comprehensive curriculum designed to meet the needs of every student at every grade level. The elementary curriculum emphasizes core subjects augmented by music, art, health, integrated technology offerings, and physical education. Middle school students are introduced to programs, career counseling, and coursework that will help them make the transition to high school. Our high schools offer a broad and challenging curriculum to meet diversified needs and prepare our students for future careers or post-secondary education. Advanced placement honors, as well as dual credit partnerships, are available through local universities. Healthy Grand Families is a free initiative to provide information and resources to grandparents who are raising grandchildren. Healthy Grand Families is a partnership with Harrison County Schools, Family Services of Harrison County, and United Way. Harrison County Schools, where all are leaders and all are learners.
Back at the Birdcage, the Indians up 7 points, 33-26 against the Flying Eagles. We were talking about that at halftime or during the intermission or the timeout, Jonathan, about Robert C. Bird not as sharp on their passes to start this quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Their passing has been subpar early here in this third quarter.
So Quentin Cooley hits a three out of the corner on that first possession out of the timeout. Actually, it was a two. And now RCB gets the turnover on the Indian possession. So here's Bryce Bird driving. Tries to get the ball to a cutting Charles Hawkins, and he loses it out of bounds, but it will stay with the Eagles. Barbario will be the trigger man. Number 2, Landon Sanders, is going to check into the Indian lineup. He'll get Tyler Randolph. Here's the ball into Thompson. He's going to put the ball on the floor, drive into the lane, guarded by Ayub. So the Eagles will reset it. There's another pass that's kind of, I won't say it's a lazy pass, but it was read really well by the Indian defense. They're getting the jump on those passes.
Yeah, you know, you don't. This is a rivalry game. You play a lot of minutes. You know, legs are starting to get tired now, so you've got to really be strong with the ball and with your passes.
So Cooley picks his dribble up. Help arrives in the form of Thomason. Thomason puts the ball on the floor, tries to beat his man, can't do it. So Bird running offense now methodically. Here's Cooley with the spin move, gets into the lane, tries to find Barbario in the corner, but it's knocked out of bounds. Again, quick hands there.
Yeah. And he had Barbario there, but a good job defensively. Bridgeport having their hands active, being in a passing lane and getting a deflection.
Watch Jackie in there in the post. Help Jackie.
Bryce Bird will inbound the ball, and he throws that too long. He was looking for Thomason, who couldn't get the handle on it. Spatafor comes up with the loose ball, and here's a drive to the bucket by Curry, no good. Put back by number 21, Sickles.
And Sickles, he's done a really nice job off the bench.
Yeah, 6 points tonight for the Here's Barbario with the ball, driving the lane, puts a shot up, and he's going to draw the foul. That's going to go on number 34. 24. Correction, Curry. His second. That's team second also. So Barbario will go to the line for 2 shots. First one's up, and it's no good.
All right, box out, talk.
He'll get the second one on a 2-shot foul. Shots up, and this one's good. So that's Barbario's first points of the night.
Clear.
Cuts the lead to 6, 35-29. Indians in control here, barely.
Yep.
Here's another 3 by Spatafor. Top of the key. Juked his man backed up, and then he drained it from three-point land. Indians slowly increasing this lead here. Here's Hawkins stuck with the ball, and it's taken away by Phoenix Sickles again. Spatafor will bring the ball up, and they're going to have to gradually come out further on him if he's going to pull up from where he did last time. Guarded by Cooley. And here's a drive into the lane, and we're going to have an offensive foul against number 2, Landon Sanders. So that'll be Sanders first, team 3.
I'm not sure who took the charge. I think maybe it was Bird, but he did a good job of getting in there, sliding in front of the defender with his feet planted and taking the hit.
Here's Thomason driving the lane, puts a shot up, thought he got fouled, no call. Indians control, but there's Barbario, comes up with the loose ball after the Indians lose control. Here's Barbario pushing it to the corner. Hawkins, one dribble, picks up his dribble, and he can't do that. He can't dribble once and pick it up without knowing what to do or having an option.
Yeah, that's.
And Coach Lucas is going to call a timeout immediately. Let's take a timeout with them, and we'll be back after these messages. Back at the Birdcage after the timeout. Once again, the Indians up 38-29 against the homestanding Flying Eagles. 1:47 left to go in the third quarter here. So we'll see what advice Coach Lucas gave his troops there during the timeout, see if they make any changes or adjustments. So here's Thomason controlling the ball. Can't find anything, trying to get rid of the ball. Almost a 5-second call there. And here's a foul by Spatafor. That's going to be Spatafor's second. Team fourth, I believe.
Yeah, team fourth, yeah.
So RCBO inbound the ball. Not a good foul by Spatafor there either, that far away from the
and he was in good defensive position as well, so that's just doing a little too much with your hands.
Yeah. Here's Thomason with the drive. He kicks it to Barbario. Barbario takes a dribble, puts the ball up, and can't get it to go. And now a little bit of extracurricular activity underneath the basket. There's going to be a foul called, I believe. Thought the ball was going to be out of bounds because it hit the basket support.
Yeah, I don't think they called a.
Yeah, I didn't think they did.
No, they didn't call a foul.
Yeah.
It looks like they stopped the whistle because it hit the top of the backboard and went out of bounds. And then there was some. I don't know if Hawkins and Spatafor, they were both still trying to go for the rebound. So
they're just talking.
Just a friendly game of basketball.
Yeah. So here's half-court pressure by the Eagles. They had tried to get a half-court trap there. Indians handled it pretty well. Spatafor controls the ball at the top of the key. He's going to pull up for another three, and this is going to be off the mark. Rebound by Sickles, takes the ball back up, can't get the first one to go, can't get the second one to go, and Bryce Bird pulls down the rebound for the Eagles. He gets the ball up court to Thomason, and the Eagles have kind of been stymied in the half court this quarter.
Yeah, they haven't been able to attack the basket like they did there in the first half. And, give some credit to Bridgeport's defense.
Yeah, and here's another pass. Bad pass that time by Bryce Bird, and Spatafor is going to get the easy two at the other end. It's an 11-point lead now. The Indians 40, Robert C. Bird 29. Under 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Barbario gets the ball to Thomason, and he's going to hold for the last shot. Puts the ball on the floor. Guarded by Ayoub. Here's a three at the buzzer, and we're going to get a foul. And they're going to bail out the Eagles.
And that's going to be his third personal, the team's fifth.
Yes. Ayoub, third personal. Yeah. And Coach Dave Marshall not happy about that. 0.1 seconds on the clock. That was a desperation three by Thomason. And now he's going to get 3 free throws. Puts the first one up, and it's good. His first free throw of the night.
Hey, who was that on? How many's he got? Come on, Darren. That's
Second one's up and good.
He can't kick his leg ball right there. He can't kick his leg out. He's tackle. Stop.
So he'll wait for the third one here, puts that one up, and it's no good. Tip, and that's going to end the third quarter. So Robert C. Bird gets 2 back there at the end of the quarter to make the score 31-40 in favor of the Indians. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. Back at the Birdcage, set for the fourth quarter. We want to pass along this information that the Robert C. Byrd girls basketball team defeated Chapmansville earlier today. So the girls team off to a good start this season. The Eagles down by 9 here, trying to make up some points very quickly. Bridgeport doing a good job defensively in the half court.
Yeah, they really amped up that defensive pressure in the half court.
Yeah.
Spence, quit chasing, jump to the ball. It's better, Ben, that a boy.
RCB not trying to run time off the clock, but that's what they're doing. And the clock is not yet an issue, obviously.
Good B, good B.
And Robert C. Byrd may have to start looking for the shot a little bit more also. So here's Cooley. Robert C. Byrd just content to run until they get a good shot.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. You don't want to force anything.
Right.
Show your hands.
And here's going to be a foul, and
Landon.
we're going to get a foul on 35 Bafano. That's his second. Team 6. So the foul's starting to mount up for the Indians, which could help the Eagles.
Let's go. Good effort, good effort. Go right. Angle B, angle.
Barbario will throw the ball inbounds from the baseline. He'll try to, has a hard time getting it in, now finally does to Thomason. Thomason's going to drive, turn around, and a bank shot straight away is good for Thomason. Only his second bucket of the night.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to get on the scoreboard a little bit more.
Yeah, got to get a little more active. Look for his shot a little bit more like he did just on that last possession.
Exactly. Here's Randolph in the middle, puts a shot up, no good, touches nothing, and it's going to be touched by the Indians as it was going out of bounds. I should say Spatafor. I think I said Randolph, but that was Spatafor.
Yeah, there was a little contact down there on that shot, but probably a good no call again.
Yeah. Barbario, freshman, will bring the ball up for the Indians. Had his jersey grabbed there a minute, no call. He's going to drive, sees a Hawkins, Charles Hawkins in the lane for a minute, but he's now covered. Barbario drives baseline, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
Catch up. He's got that.
Number 3, Riley Dickerson will check back in for the Flying Eagles. Haven't seen a lot of the other players like we did in the first half.
Yeah, they came in there at the end of that, basically a line change sub there at the end of that first quarter, and they've been here and there, but not like they were in the first.
And here's a deflection and a steal by Thompson. He's going to cruise in for the layup. So he's starting to get going now, and that cuts the lead to 5, 40-35. And we were talking about that at halftime also. If you're going to run that style of offense and that game plan, that strategy, you've got to do it consistently the whole game, or it doesn't really work. And here's a bucket by Bafano off a nice dish from Spatafor. So that puts the Indians back up by 7, 42-35. Thomason's directing the offense. Gives the ball to Dickerson. Here's Hawkins driving all the way to the basket and puts it up with his left hand, and it's good.
Nice drive there by Hawkins.
Foul's going to be on 35, Bafano. That's his third. That's going to be the 7th team foul, so Robert C. Byrd in the bonus now.
And so like you hit on that earlier, the foul's starting to rack up now for Bridgeport.
Sickles checks back in the lineup for the Indians. Hawkins can't convert the three-point play, but Cooley tips it in. He was trying to go for the rebound, couldn't corral it, but it came off his right hand and went back in the bucket.
Yeah, great job there by Cooley getting that tip in off the missed free throw.
So a 4-point play there that time, or a 4-point trip down the court that time for the Indians, for the Eagles, I should say. So that cuts it to a 3-point game. Here's a shot by Sickles from the left side, rebound, put back up and in, no good, and knocked out of bounds by Hawkins.
Two really good looks there for the Indians. Just couldn't get them to fall.
So on the replay, you see Cooley there with the right hand tipping the ball up and into the bucket. So the Indians will throw the ball in bounds. Spatafor on the left side of the key, guarded by Thompson. He's going to pull up. This one's way off the mark, and it's going to fall out of bounds. So maybe not the best shot for Spatafor there.
And he's hit a couple of those in this contest.
So the Eagles trying to claw their way back in here, as Eagles would normally do when they're down. They'll be patient. They'll run their offense against that Indian man-to-man D. Here's Hawkins driving, gives the ball to Cooley. He's going to pull up for a three off the rim. It's going to be chased down by Dickerson. He saves it, keeps it alive. Saved again by Hawkins into Bird. And nice hustle by the Eagles. Here's Hawkins with Thomason with a turnaround two, I should say. Nice fake and then a drive by Thomason.
Yeah, and that whole offensive sequence was set up by the effort of the Flying Eagles.
Yes.
Not giving up on that play.
And now Coach Marshall's going to take a timeout for the Indians. So a nice little run there by the Flying Eagles to make this a 1-point game with 4 minutes and 2 seconds to go. We'll take a break and be back after these messages. Welcome back to the Birdcage. The Indians nursing a 1-point lead, 42-41, low-scoring contest. 4:02 to go in the fourth quarter here. Fours all around for us at the Birdcage.
Yeah, it's going to be a good finish coming down this stretch here.
Both student sections from both schools in full force tonight. The Indians going with the classic whiteout as their theme, and the Bird student section with the construction worker theme. So possibly they will be doing some work around the school after the game tonight, if Bird can pull this one out. So the Indians will inbound the ball. Curry, haven't heard much out of him tonight. He's going to take the ball at the top of the key, and here is a driving Spatafor. Can't get the ball to go, and it's tipped back up and in. I believe that was Sickles again.
No, actually, I believe that was Spatafor. He followed his own shot and got it.
Both of them were there at the rim. Couldn't quite tell from my point of view. So that puts the Indians back up by 3. Here's Thomason. Kicks it out to Bird. He'll kick it to Cooley. Straight away 3 from the top of the key, and it's good.
Cooley's second 3 of the game.
And he has the green light to shoot those. And that ties it up at 44 all. 3:16 to go in this intra-county rivalry. One of the best in the county, if not the state. Here's a drive by Spatafor. Nice Euro step and gets it to go. Puts the Indians back up by 2. Right now, this game is living up to everything we thought it would be. May not have the same hype as it used to 10 years ago, but still a very good game. And now Basil Lucas going to circle his troops, calls a timeout, make sure they get things in line. We'll keep it right here. This is going to be a 30-second timeout, we think. As we said, a good crowd tonight on hand for this annual game. The game has been played, it seems like, at all times during the day. I believe you played in a game that was Saturday afternoon.
Yes. We had one time we got snowed out, and it was moved to a Sunday afternoon. I remember one year. So.
I had a chance to talk with Coach Lucas, and he mentioned that the rivalry between WI and Bridgeport was as good as it was before Robert C. Byrd absorbed WI. And they moved up here on the top of the hill. In the valley, I should say. So back to live action. Indians up by 2, 46-44. Robert C. Byrd working their offense. Indians playing good defense. We don't have a shot or a pass deflection chart that we keep, but the Indians had their hands on a lot of the balls like they did right there. And that's just a bad pass by Thomason, though, to be quite frank. Nothing against him, but he's just got to make a better pass. And the person he's passing to's got to come and meet the ball also.
Yeah, and really the spacing was bad, and they were trying to force that in. So it really gave the defender was able to play two players at the same time. And look for Bridgeport probably to run a little bit of clock here.
Yes.
With no shot clock here in West Virginia high school basketball, they're going to run some clock. And I imagine Spatafor is probably going to take this shot.
I would say so. Yeah, Bridgeport in no hurry, but it is only a 2-point lead. So the ball got stuck in the corner down there. Randolph with it, didn't know what to do. Coach Dave Marshall alertly calls a timeout, another 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here again.
We'll see what Coach Lucas and Byrd does here, especially coming from Bridgeport off an inbounds pass. We'll see if they'll try to trap that first. There's still a lot of time, but if you can trap sometimes off that first initial pass inbounds and create a quick turnover, get the ball back.
And the one thing that's good that's going to play out for the Eagles here is they are not in the, well, no, that will hurt them if they're behind because they only have 2 fouls, so they're going to have to foul.
Yeah. And
they may want to take a foul here to get that up because they may need to foul here towards the end of the game.
And if you're Robert C. Byrd and Coach Lucas, you need to make your players aware, hey, Bridgeport, Byrd is in the bonus. Attack the defense. Don't be scared to go to the rim.
Right. So Curry will inbound the ball for the Indians. Gets the ball inbounds and too easy. Sickles with the inbounds layup, basically. So that puts the Indians back up by 4, 1:42 to go. I want to say hello to all our friends watching around the area, the region, the states, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Ohio, Maryland, wherever you may be. Thanks for tuning in and listening and watching. Bryce Byrd will inbound the ball for the Flying Eagles. Can't find anybody, but it eventually gets it to Thomason. Thompson kicks it out to Barbario. Thomason is usually really good at getting to the rim, and he has been played really, really well tonight by Ayub, I should say. Here's a pass inside to Bryce Byrd. He gets it up, but is fouled. That's going to be on Sickles. That's going to be his first, team 8th. So Byrd now will go to the line for 2 free throws. So these are important free throws.
Yeah, you definitely, these are give-me's. So you want to be able to convert these free throws.
Byrd set for the first one, and it's off the back of the rim.
And that might be the classic announcer jinx by us. So.
Yeah. Sorry, Bryce. He's set for the second one, and it's up and good. He gets 1 of 2. Cuts the lead to 3. 1 possession game here. And Marshall's going to call a timeout, so full court pressure by Robert C. Byrd there.
Yeah, good job there by Byrd and Coach Lucas of, hey, setting that press up and forcing Bridgeport to take a timeout.
Right. So we'll take a quick break and be back. Back at Robert C. Byrd, we're set for the final 1 minute and 14 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter, we think. We may get some extra basketball tonight, we don't know. Alongside Jonathan Griffin, I'm John Griffin, our producer extraordinaire, as always, David Oliverio. He's the man, he's at the controls. He basically tells us what to do when it comes right down to it. Here's full court pressure again by Byrd, and they're going to force a turnover. Maybe, yes, it looked like the ball was going to roll out of bounds. Spatafor stretched out for it, knocked it, thought it was going to keep it inbounds, but another Indian player touched it, went out of bounds.
And now Byrd can either pull within one or tie this game up with a 3.
Yeah. If they can get Cooley an open look, I would say they'll take that. Thomason also adept at hitting the 3. But if you just settle for the 2, it's good. Here's a handoff to Cooley. He is going to pull up from the top of the key. 3's no good. Rebound Bryce Byrd. Back to Cooley. Cooley's going to drive, pull up, kick it out to Thomason, and they'll reset. And now Lucas is going to call another timeout. So we've had 4 timeouts in the span of about, 2 or 3 minutes here, which that's good. That means the coaches know what they're doing. They're taking their time. They're giving their players instruction. So good job by both coaches, Dave Marshall for the Indians and Basil Lucas for the Eagles. So let's take a break. Back inside the Byrd cage. Coach Dave Marshall for the Indians giving his troops the final instructions, as is Coach Basil Lucas giving his final instructions to the Flying Eagles.
And I think here, for Robert C. Byrd, I think if you're Coach Lucas, knowing that you've only got 2 team fouls, I think you got to look at try and tie this game up, because if not, Bridgeport's still going to be able to run some time off the clock.
Right. Here's a pass into Cooley. Cuts the basket, dribbles back out, can't find anybody. Here's Thompson. He's going to turn, pull up, going to have the ball stolen by Curry, and the Indians are going to control, and there's going to get a foul called on Thomason.
That's his third, team third.
So not a bad foul there by Thomason.
No.
Not what they wanted on the possession, but they do get a foul. So Byrd will again extend that full court pressure. Spatafor will inbound the ball for the Indians. Here's another foul committed by, it's going to be Thomason. If it is, it's going to be his 4th. And it is indeed. So that could prove large here in the waning seconds for the Eagles. 28.2 seconds to go. Riley Dickerson will check in for the Eagles. He's going to get Thomason out of there on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, good move by Coach Lucas, recognizing Thomason's got those 4 fouls.
Here's the throw in. No foul immediately, and the Indians are going to break the press, and they're going to get an easy basket by Sickles, who's come off the bench tonight to score 10 points for the Indians. That makes it a 5-point game. And the Eagles are going to have to get something going really, really quickly here, and they're not in a hurry enough. Time winding down, 7 seconds. And we're going to get a timeout by the Eagles. Bryce Byrd jumping up and down about something. So the pressure defense did not work there for the Indians. And it looks like the Indians, or I should say for the Eagles, it looks like the Indians are going to come out of this with a victory tonight. 6.4 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. So that's the one thing that can happen if you press really hard in the front court, that they can throw that ball over your head, but they leak somebody out down floor, which is what the Indians did offensively. It's a good offensive reaction to the defensive pressure. So Robert C. Bird will inbound the basketball. Bryce Bird will throw it in. Coach Marshall instructing the players, no fouls. Thompson's going to take a long three. It's going to go in. 2 seconds, 1 second. Clock is running. The ball is dribbling and just rolling out of bounds, and that's going to be the game. So Bridgeport's going to come out of here with a 2-point win. Score's not been updated yet. Should be 48-50 in favor of the Indians. So after a made basket in high school basketball, the clock runs. It does not stop when it goes through the basket. So the bucket went in, went out of bounds after that, and just rolled out of bounds along the baseline. The Indians are under no pressure or no orders. They don't have to pick it up, and they just let it roll, and as they let it roll, time rolled off the clock.
In all honesty, is a really good game plan. Don't ever pick the ball up. Just let that clock run out.
Right. So the Indians come across 79. They make the short trip, and they come out with a 50-48 victory. We'll take a break, and we'll be back to look at the final statistics.
Harrison County Schools has a long-standing tradition of providing outstanding educational opportunities for its students. Comprised of 24 schools, our district serves the needs of pre-K through 12th grade students throughout Harrison County. Providing a safe, supportive learning environment for all, we offer a well-planned, comprehensive curriculum designed to meet the needs of every student at every grade level. The elementary curriculum emphasizes core subjects augmented by music, art, health, integrated technology offerings, and physical education. Middle school students are introduced to programs, career counseling, and coursework that will help them make the transition to high school. Our high schools offer a broad and challenging curriculum to meet diversified needs and prepare our students for future careers or post-secondary education. Advanced placement honors, as well as dual credit partnerships, are available through local universities. Healthy Grand Families is a free initiative to provide information and resources to grandparents who are raising grandchildren. Healthy Grand Families is a partnership with Harrison County Schools, Family Services of Harrison County, and United Way. Harrison County Schools, where all are leaders and all are learners.
Welcome back to Robert C. Byrd High School inside the Bird Cage and into the AGI Consulting Services pregame, I should say postgame show tonight here at the gymnasium. Let's take a look at the stats, Jonathan.
Yeah, first individually looking for Bridgeport, Anthony Spatafor had a heck of a game. Finished with a game-high 23 points, had an assist and 3 rebounds. Also for Bridgeport, big production off the bench for Sickles. He finished with 10 points and had 5 rebounds. Also for the Indians, Ben Bafano had 4 points and a rebound, while Tyler Randolph had 1 point and 1 rebound. Ashton Curry had 3 points, 2 assists, and a rebound. Landon Sanders, he had an assist, 2 rebounds, and finishes with 3 points. And Zach Abayu had 5 points and 2 rebounds for the Indians. Taking a look for the Flying Eagles, a great night for Quentin Cooley. He tied Spatafor for that game high. He also had 23 points to go along with 1 assist and 3 rebounds. Braden Tomlinson, he finished with 13 points and 5 rebounds. Anthony Barbario had a point, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Charles Hawkins finished the contest with 8 points and 3 rebounds for the Flying Eagles. And the only other scorer for the Flying Eagles off the bench came from Emmanuel Holmes with a free throw.
Thank you, Jonathan. So the Indians stand now 5-3 overall. Their next game is home against Grafton on Tuesday. Robert C. Byrd, they're going to drop to 3-4 overall. Their next game is also at home here at the Birdcage on Tuesday also. So Bird started out really good tonight. Quentin Cooley got to the basket, but they couldn't sustain that in the second half. And maybe that was a little bit of emotion that helped them get out, but they've got to be able to do a better job of sustaining that motion or that emotion throughout the game, right?
Yeah, for sure. And Bird did a really good job early and attacked. You also got to credit Bridgeport's defense. I'm sure Coach Marshall made some adjustments there in the second half to limit those straight drives to the rim, which are so vital now in basketball, trying to get to the rim and getting to the basket. So that definitely changed there in the second half. Quentin Cooley had a heck of a night. I think you get a couple. We talked about it earlier. A little bit more production off the bench from some of the younger guys, which again they're freshmen. It's going to take them some time, but if you get a couple more guys, Bird is going to have a really good year.
And of course they're going to lose a couple seniors this year, but it's important to get those freshmen and those those underclassmen, I should say, playing time. So that'll just about do it for us here tonight at the Birdcage. Reminding you again that the score, once again, the Indians come out on top by 2 by a score of 50-48. For David Oliverio, our producer, and Jonathan Griffin, I'm John Griffin saying good night, Doss.
And Josiah, I'll see you for dinner, son.
Stiff arm in midfield, down the near side sideline to the 30, the 20, the 10. They're not going to get him. It's a Robert C. Bird touchdown.